Hello everybody, I'm John, this is JP Strategic Investments, and today we're going to revisit one of the things that I was talking about in my webinar review video about Patriot One Technologies. And one of the partners, I couldn't go back and revisit that and kind of look at what the department was and actually do some research on how big I thought the opportunity was. Well, the webinar was just posted today on YouTube, so if you want to go back and check that out if you didn't get the opportunity to watch it in the first place, you can. I'm going to play you specifically though the clip that I was just talking about. And then I'm going to show you some of the research that I did about that particular government department and show you how big that opportunity could actually be.
So let's talk about OIG, specifically the Office of the Inspector General. And there's sort of two elements of this. The Department of General Services, who we work very closely with, provides services to many organizations, including the OIG. And there's a bit of a partnership there that resulted in our first application with the OIG. The Department of DGS, they provide services to things like OIG, but also to many other organizations, Department of Homeland Security, DOJ, Health and Human Services, and many others, right? And they're responsible for a broad set of services, including safety, to all those federal organizations. So as an example, they provide services, safety, these kinds of things to 157 million square feet of outdoor space, something like $57 million of indoor space in just the Washington, D.C. area alone. Now, those services are very broad, very rich, but include security aspects to them. So the relationship is just starting, though. It's a very large organization, right? And like many of our relationships, they sort of start with, let's go into one location, perhaps one main entry door. Now let's do the building. Now let's do the next buildings. Now let's do this area. And so we see this being a progressive set of kind of rollouts and activities with them. We're already having good conversations about, okay, the first application and the next and the next and the next. Right? Incredible potential of this customer, given the breadth of service offerings across all these different US federal government organizations. We're already engaged with them, as I said, with these kind of discussions about potential for both, for them as both a customer, but also like the stadiums as an innovation partner, because they see so many things in that kind of environment that they're operating in, that they're coming to us with all sorts of interesting ideas of where they'd like to take security next. So a nice, tight, innovative partnership there across their buildings, service centers, video camera systems that are run across the Washington area and these things.
All right, so the specific department is the Department of General Services. And I did some research, and actually each state has their own Department of General Services as well as the District of Columbia. And the District of Columbia one, or the DC one, kind of acts as the DC General Services, and a little bit, I think, as the almost federal version of the Department of General Services. And one of the main things that the Department of General Services offers, and let me share my screen and show you guys this here, is they have a protective services division. So if you scroll, or if you go to their website and you go to the different divisions that they have, you go to the kind of the About page, you can go down here and let me actually get myself off the screen so you guys can see. There's some key things here that are really big. So in this overview, it says that they provide services, security and protection services to approximately 840 district-owned and leased properties. That's huge, right? 840 district properties. These are generally going to be federal government properties and other related properties, generally going to have relatively high security. And so the fact that they are, at least at one of these properties, the OIG, Office of the Inspector General, and Peter was kind of hinting that they're talking about further expansions, this is a big opportunity. And the other thing here too is, on top of the opportunity for the MSG lanes here, the MSG solution, if you scroll down here, it also says that they monitor CCTV cameras, alarms, and access control, things like that, right? So that means this is not only an opportunity for the MSG lane to really be a great product here and to generate a ton of income for Patriot One, but this could also be a huge opportunity for their VRS solution, adding that on to all of these different cameras at all of these facilities. And it seems like the Department of General Services kind of monitors that. They may have kind of a central, they call it their central communication center, right? That could be a really big opportunity there. So I just really wanted to reiterate that because I wasn't able to determine exactly how big of an opportunity this was when the webinar was first released, when I did that initial review video. But this to me looks really huge. And if they can show that they can continue to expand this relationship, maybe hopefully announce some other further expansion into other government buildings, this could be a really big opportunity. One caveat here that I do want to mention is, if we're talking about this level of expansion, right? If they do end up expanding the MSG lanes further and further throughout these facilities and even adding VRS on top of that, probably going to get a nice discount there. So these are probably going to be lower margin contracts if we do get that expansion. But honestly, if we get that amount of expansion, I think it's not really going to matter at that point, because it'll be such a huge opportunity regardless. So obviously starting out small with the OIG, we got to make sure that that works out really well. But this could be a really big opportunity for Patriot One going forward. So just wanted to show that to you guys, give my thoughts on that. Let me know if you found anything else about this opportunity, what you think of what I just showed you guys in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and have a great day.